sports feature is a feature picture that is sports related. It's really wide open. It's completely, and then the feature category, you know, the old NPPA is usually a found situation with strong human interest, a fresh view of an everyday scene. So I would say it's a combination of those two. So does that help?
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So here we go.
We're going through everything once before we go.
I think it's good. Yeah. I mean, I tell you what, because we're all pros, if you see an out, just call it out. Because I think, you know, the first time around, the first time through, one out can get it out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going too fast? Are we okay? Out.
Yeah. Out.
Out.
And I'll just tell you from experience, what happens a lot of times is people will have these great sports action stuff, and then they're entering it, and then they have too many, and so they enter it in feature. So that me? Are you guys hearing that?
Is that Julio?
I think so. I don't know. Let's see here. Okay, it is mute. It is Julio.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, he got it. Something figured out. So.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I was on mute, so.
Okay, don't go mute, man.
Okay.
All right.
Out.
Okay.
Out.
Out. Mm-hmm.
Whoops, you gonna say out?
Out.
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 Out. Out.
Mm-hmm.
Out.
Out.
Pretty good seeing there.
Out.
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 Yeah, it's good seeing, but it's not gonna hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Out.
Mm-hmm. Out.
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 Out. Out.
Out.
Mm-hmm. Out. Out.
Out. Out.
Out.
out, out,
Out.
out,
Out.
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 out,
Out.
Patrick, just so you know, we're having a few frame skips and delays, so
Oh, okay, so slow down.
just a bit if you don't mind.
Okay.
What the hell?
Toilet bowl.
Oh,
That's funny. The MVP and the winning team is given the purple toilet to keep it till the next game held the following year, the play after the Super Bowl is over. That's hilarious.
Also was wider.
Yeah, I know. I know. Is
Let me
this an
talk.
out?
Yeah.
out,
Out.
out,
oh my.
How can a person be that large?
out,
Out.
out,
Out.
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 Oops, sorry, my bad. We're almost there. Let's see here.
Out.
out,
Out. Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
out,
Out.
out,
Out.
out,
Out.
out, out,
Out.
Out.
out,
Out.
out, out,
Mhm.
out, out,
Out. Out.
Out.
Okay. So let's refresh and see how we did.
There's one image that I really like, and maybe we can kind of talk about that got outed.
Okay.
It
Hey,
was,
we're hearing a huge amount of noise. Oh, there it goes. That's good. Okay. Whoops. Oh, it's really bad.
Can you still hear it?
Yeah, it's really loud. It sounds like a ground. If you're plugging something in, I would unplug it and try and plug it back in. You there?
Is this better?
That fixed it,
Yes.
man. We're good. It was like the mini phone plug wasn't already in. Or something like that. Which
Gotcha.
picture do you want in?
I
Oh,
just
and you
wanted
need
to
to
talk
show-
about, there's a football one where they're all running in and there's like a cloud of smoke and some rain, it looks like, or water.
Oh, I think I outed that. I was on the fence. We can put that back in if you're passionate about it.
I just want to look at it a little bit more closely because I initially it looked, interesting. It's
On the
right there on the left, right
Is
there.
it
Yeah.
this one? This
Yeah.
one? Okay, so we're gonna undo that one.
Yeah, undo that.
Okay. And then we're gonna go hide.
There was one other picture. Towards the
Oh.
bottom, I think it was like those storm clouds were rolling in, and it was like that group of people.
Playing soccer.
I couldn't tell. Yeah, I couldn't tell what they were playing. I thought
So
that
let's
was
see
kind of
here.
interesting.
Yeah, it was like and like you could tell it was raining.
All right, here's the, this is still, trying to figure this out here. We're looking for non-placing entries. So there it goes. Okay, it's just really slow. We're having to rely on the server that's in Atlanta. So sorry about that. Okay, so these are all the ones that did not place. So which one are we adding back?
Those look like the ones
Those
that
are
these
the
are the
ones
ones
we
we did.
placed.
So these are non-placing. All right, I'm doing something wrong here. Let's see here. What can I do? Sports feature. I just had it where I could do the. Shoot. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh no, that's all.
Okay, good. So it just was latency. All right. So which one are we looking for?
Right there in the top right,
This one?
Under.
right below that.
Oh, this one. All right. So we're gonna do undo. All right. Now we should be good to hide non-placing, and we'll take it a minute. Okay, so we're 26 from 77. That's good job. That's good job. So now maybe 2 outs to get rid of something.
Mhm.
Sound reasonable?
Can do.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Out.
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 Out. Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Oops, sorry. Sometimes I click the wrong button.
Out.
Out. Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
I love this picture just because it's somebody that,
No.
but
Like,
I agree. I just love it. I
Oh,
love that
look.
they were there and
love
there.
this expression. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Out.
No second.
Not yet.
Out.
Not
Out.
yet.
Keep it.
Not,
Oh.
not yet.
Okay. Not yet. Okay.
Out.
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 Out. Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Out.
Okay. Let me refresh and see where we're at. Good. 9. That's good, guys. Here are all 9.
That last one, is that Olympics or what event?
It's basically they're doing COVID vaccines at a velodrome.
So that's-
So it's like the vaccines here, and then they're racing. They're like up here.
But it's not at the Olympics, right?
No.
No. French cycling team trained as a woman receives Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine.
Okay, thanks.
Uh-huh.
I'm inclined. I know Julio really liked one of the players running onto the field in the rain. I think it's a beautiful photo. I think what nixes it for me is just like it doesn't seem like it's cropped super smart. Like I think you could still get all of this texture in there and then get the light pole out of the way. Like it feels rushed somehow, and I can't get over that bit.
I agree.
Yeah, this probably from a little bit more forward angle would probably look a lot better. Just clean it up a little bit. So yeah, I just wanted to look at it a little bit closely.
Yeah, it was good to resurrect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it getting out.
Okay. Okay, so we've got 8. We're gonna get rid of 4.
I would be okay with losing the bodybuilding picture. It feels, again, like it feels really tight on the crop. Like I love the expression, and like because it's bodybuilding, they're going to have really nice light to help illuminate all of like the muscle on them. But it feels like if the frame were any wider, you would end up having to like leave a whole like extra person in the frame. And I don't know if that would make the picture any better with having like this little sliver of arm coming in and like that little bit of jacket that's coming in on like the bottom corner. It's like a splitting hairs sort of thing, but like
This is the point at which we need to split hairs, though. So
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
not thrilled about the square crop either.
Okay, so is that a remove? I think it is.
Mhm.
Okay. So refresh.
How do we feel about the soccer through the net photo, bottom left?
In terms of raw emotion, it's the best one, and I like the texture of the net because it's shot long. Like you get all these wavy lines. I think that that texture is hard to get, and it's still text sharp, even though you're dealing with net. I would keep it. But I'm obviously open to hear all y'all's professional opinions.
I do wish we had a little bit more room on the right, but that's again just an ideal, but yeah, it is nice.
Can I see the contact sheet again?
How many do we need? 4?
Or
Four,
I wish
right?
it's pictorial category, because I feel like so much of the stuff we've seen today is like would fit in something like that. That's something that's like much more artful and as much about like the landscape as the sport.
Does anybody see it first? A clear first, something that jumps out?
That coach picture, I can't stop chuckling because like I keep looking at it. It's the expression, obviously, like you tell like they just won a really big game. In a lot of cases, like having to do football from like elevated spots, like it wasn't always like a fun thing to do, but like when you get moments like these, when you are from that elevated sort of spot, I think it's just really well done.
It's definitely making the best of a really tough situation. And I feel like especially like this is December 2020, according to the caption, and in like that pre-vaccine access is terrible era, coming away with this moment, this is awful. And so I'm with Tim.
Where do you want to put it? Do you want to award it something? Is it first?
I would put it at second if it were me.
Okay. Anybody else? Other thoughts?
Yeah, it definitely belongs in the top 3.
Yes.
And the emotion really sells it. The tongue and the finger really drives it. And from all of these, there's only 2 pictures with emotion, and that's the one where you get like a full-on head-on view of what the person looks like. So I like this a lot better than the soccer one, even though I really like the soccer one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I guess thematically, because like so we have a couple of other, I guess, like more like directly, like you can kind of feel like, I guess, like COVID, like the COVID world. So I think it's the one from the velodrome, and then there's one other, and then the
Ski one.
yeah.
I love
I love that.
I would give that first, I think.
Is this first?
I would put it in the top couple. I just feel like once you realize what's going on, your heart kind of sinks. And in terms of human interest, it's like, you think about all these athletes competing for cardboard people. And it's also nicely done, and the colors are nice.
I think this is the best one that's like shown like just the scale of what's not there, like the sheer lack of crowd. That's a tough thing to do, and when you're that tight, I'm assuming they're using like 200 or tighter lens. You can kind of get a better sense of like just like how much you're missing when the crowd's not there.
Yeah, it feels well thought out.
So is that first?
Can we kind of reorder them so that we put those 2 near the first, or we have to
I'm not
decide?
able to reorder them, unfortunately.
okay.
Sorry about that. They have to, just the way they were. But we can, you can look at this one, and then we can look at this one again.
I know that I want those two like to get placed and most likely in like a top 3 sort of spot. So I guess for me, the last couple that really stick out to me, it's that soccer landscape picture, and then the golf one as well. I just think it's a really it's a funny sort of moment. I love how all of the trees brings in a lot of texture, so much color.
And the colors complement each other.
Yeah.
Really effectively, especially I'm assuming it's John Rahm on the left.
Yes.
But just like that kind of the blue and the pink lines up so perfectly for me. So I'm with Jim. I think both of those are good appraisals.
Okay, you guys are doing a lot of talking, but not a lot of placing.
I think we strike the bullfighter, because I don't think it was as spoken on its behalf yet, and the vaccines and the with the cyclists for the same reason. If anyone's deeply passionate about either of those, I obviously would love to hear your thoughts.
I almost wish that the jacket was the one that was the subject in focus in this frame.
Because until you read the caption, you don't. It's tough to tell.
Yeah.
This also seems like part of a really nice series. We've seen a lot of those.
Yeah, clearly it's a story. We're going to see it again.
Story, yeah.
So
As a single, it's hard.
all right,
but-
so do not place. So let me go back. Now you
I
also
just kinda-
mentioned. Go ahead.
I was just saying the one with the rain, I don't know what the strong human interest is with that. Are we just saying the weather is, like, what are you guys attracted to in this one?
I guess the question is it a weather feature or a sports feature? That's one way to look at it.
I don't know, but I think in a way, so I think a lot about like if I'm on an assignment and I know that like it's going to be an unusually hot day, someone is going to expect me to bring back a weather feature. And because a lot of what I do is sport, it's trying to find like, well, how can I mix sport and some other newsy sort of element to my picture. I really enjoy the simplicity of it. I like that you do have, that foreground, midground, and background of how those clouds kind of all work with the rest of that landscape, and then you throw in the subtlety of soccer in that lower third. Yeah, I really liked it a lot, but that's just me.
I like it because it does touch on that found moment that we're looking for in the feature category. So, I'm not sure how this was shot, but it almost feels like somebody was driving and saw this and had to stop and shoot it. So it does stop me in my tracks. Compared to the other ones, I think this is one that was like mostly found, and that's why I like it. And if anything, I definitely would want to see it as a honorable mention. I'm not sure that it has the emotion like the coach and the biting of the net, but it definitely has some sort of beautiful element to it.
So Julio kind of put it forward as an honorable mention. What do you think about that?
I'm
That
okay
would-
with that.
Well, that would mean we'd have to cut the velodrome and the biting of the net.
Which I'm also comfortable with.
Are you guys okay? You're okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
I really like the velodrome, but it doesn't compare to the skiing one, and I think it's a similar
Yeah.
COVID.
Are you guys
feel.
saying that the top 4 are the ones?
No.
No.
Are you
So-
guys saying the top three and then the weather feature?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we can
So
cut
does
the
the-
velodrome. We can X that, yeah. It was a nice photo though, but
It is very well thought out.
probably, I think it's, yeah, actually, I really liked this moment personally, but
I think it's just a little more muted.
it
And
is.
it's hard to tell whether, like, what was the initial intent of the assignment. You know, was this person there to photograph cyclists, or were they there to photograph vaccinations in an unusual place? And does it even matter?
Those are so like these are the sorts of pictures that like they're great for the day, like they're great for the assignment, and that's when you almost wish you could take a step back and you're almost waiting for the cyclist to, instead of be like kind of like where it almost looks like there's a barrier. I can't particularly tell, but it's almost like if they're, you know, a little bit above, and obviously this is like in an ideal situation, but like those are the sorts of small details to give all the elements space and a little bit of breathing room where you can. That to me is kind of what separates a good picture from a great picture.
The
Nice
reason
one.
I really like this is because normally that inside part of the velodrome it's filled with athletes and coaches and people prepping and bikes, but you know it's a great look at what it was like in 2020 or 2021, when I'm not sure when this was shot, but it shows you, you know, like a little bit more of a historical aspect to it. And the fact that it's not just, you know, a nurse standing there, but it's actually a moment where, you know, that person's getting jabbed and also the cyclists are going by it at the same time. It definitely took a lot of planning. And I feel like there's more planning and more of a key moment here than there is with the skier. And it's a lot of the same views, the same kind of idea, the same story. But this one, I mean, sure, you have to wait for that person to pass by, but on the other one, you're waiting for two things to happen at the very same time. And I really like that.
Yeah, we still have no
Yeah.
places, guys.
See now, well, see now that Julio mentions that, like, I'm down to swap those.
I agree.
Would you swap those, or do you, so you would keep in the weather one
I would keep in the weather.
over the skier?
Yes.
Actually, for me,
Well-
I would swap out the velodrome with the golf. I think
Yeah.
the golf is aesthetically beautiful with the colors and it's a funny moment. But for me, I just look at it and it doesn't, you know, to me, it doesn't make me laugh or smile. But I can get it. I can get why people would look at that and be like, oh, that's cute. But it doesn't do much for me. I like the colors and how it splits down the middle and in that part, but I feel again the velodrome one, it's more of a you know, special moment than this.
Yeah.
I agree.
I see
Because
what you mean.
Because the golf is definitely a nice and funny moment, but it could be, there's, you know, it could be, it would have to be a little bit stronger of human emotion or human interest, I think, to stay over this one. So now we're losing the
We're losing golf.
biting of the golf and butting of the net.
I think that's right.
Yes.
That was
Okay.
nice though.
So
Yeah,
now we
I-
have,
We've got 4.
okay, so how do we place them?
They're all winners. Just,
Thanks, coach.
I'm like, cut. No.
I want a trophy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Velodrome is first just because of it, how unique it is to specifically just for that season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 3. So we're gonna go for it.
And
Mhm.
coach
First
would be
place.
second,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
which those two together actually are kind of nice.
Mhm.
yeah.
Just for the last year. It's like, oops, did that? Oh,
Okay, so we have
Third.
first and second, and now we have skier and the golf or the soccer.
I would be inclined to give soccer the 3rd place.
I think I'd keep that an honorable mention, but that's
I
just
would
me.
too.
Yeah, honorable.
Okay, so that's 3 for honorable. So we're gonna
Sorry,
go
Tim.
there. And then the skier gets let's see, sorry. Hold on a second. Let me redo this. Okay, so this guy is 3rd. Okay. All
Can we
righty.
look at those in order? Does that feel okay?
Yeah. See here, view all entries. And it's, I don't think it's gonna reorder them. Sorry about that. It's
Oh,
just gonna stay.
okay.
My bad, but yeah, it's just, there's certain things I can do, but I'm not locked in others, you know. But I can make these a little bigger.
All right,
I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with
4.
that.
okay.